Oh my god, I am actually really embarrassed about this video. So there are some authors that I really want to read in like the next couple of months, so I thought maybe I'll make a video like telling you guys, like compromising to you and to myself, so that next time that I watch these in like a couple of months, I will have to say like, yes, I read all of those authors, or at least most of them, you know. Oh, I'm actually kind of sweating. I'm dreading this so much, and a ton of these are like really embarrassing that I haven't read. So I divided in two. Some of them are like my YA fun. These are not everything. These are the ones that I have on my bookshelves, but there's more that I want to read that I will be telling you guys about. So I divided into my more like fun YA guilty pleasures, if you want to call them that, kind of books and pile, and then the classics that I really want to get to read. I do think that there are more. These are, again, this video will contain just the ones that I really want to focus on reading for the next couple of months. So please don't judge me. Booktube is going to hate me after this. But yes, I think it's time for me to come clean, guys. I haven't read a ton of classics. I love classics, and the problem with me in classics, I think, is that whenever I find like one author or one book that I really love, then I start reading everything by that author. So yes, I do have a problem with that. This is, I think, the most embarrassing of the whole pile. Is 100 Years of Solitude by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. I tried to read this when I was... Okay, the fact that this is really embarrassing for me is because I'm Mexican, so this is really bad that I haven't read it. It's huge, and I started reading it like a really long time ago, and I thought that it was so boring. I want to just like, you know, bang my head with this huge book because it was so boring. But I do really want to read it. I think it would be like an important thing for me to read. And also, I cannot believe that none of my teachers in middle school, in high school, ever made me read this. Like, this was not a required reading, and I just can't believe that, because this huge Mexican thing that I should be probably reading. So this would be number one, and I think the most embarrassing one of them all. I have not read any H.P. Lovecraft, so I have these two tomes. This is supposed to be like his complete works. I have the first and the second volume of this, of 4. I do plan to getting the other ones, and then maybe make like a video of like reading every H.P. Lovecraft book in a week or something of the sort. But I think I'm going to really love these. I'm a huge fan of like horror, thrillers, and all of that. So I think I'm going to really love H.P. Lovecraft. And something that comes, I think, in like the same realm of books in classics is Edgar Allan Poe. I don't even have books from him, and I cannot believe that. Also, I think I'm gonna love Poe's books, writings, poems, all of that, because I am a huge Stephen King fan. So that probably would be a good idea for me to pick up and read. I do really want to get those a try, because I do think that they're going to be like a huge favorite of mine afterwards. I haven't read any of the Bronte sisters book. I have not read Wuthering Heights. I have not read Jane Eyre, Agnes Grey. Those are the 3 that I have in this huge volume. These are like the select Bronte sisters work, and I am so pumped to read these. I know a ton of people love Wuthering Heights, so I do really want to give this a read and try their work. I mean, I think this is like 101 classics, like must read. So I do really want to give those a read. I just bought those. This next one, oh, you're really going to hate me for this. Again, all of these classics, I cannot believe were not like mandatory reading when I was in school. It's outrageous, honestly. But I should have picked them up by myself for sure. The next thing I really want to read is Charles Dickens. I know, okay. Am I even a classics fan and reader if I have not read Charles Dickens? Probably not. Until I have read some Charles Dickens, I am not going to call myself a bookworm anymore. That's it. I have A Tale of Two Cities. I do think that this is going to be a long read, but definitely like an important read from Charles Dickens. I know there are like better ways to start with Charles Dickens, but this is the one that I got, and I am really interested in this one. So yes, Charles Dickens is high top on my list. Oh, I really need to give him a read and a try, because yes, it's just like if you like classics, you read Charles Dickens. That's it. Leo Tolstoy. I do have Anna Karenina and War and Peace. This is, I think, my most read book in my whole bookshelf, because one, it is really big, and two, I don't know how entertaining it will be. I know that this is like a really important read, and for all of the years that he managed to pack in just this book, I do think that it is short for the amount of years that we are following history of humanity in this one. So yes, definitely an important read. Definitely something that I just have to read. I have these two, which I think are his most well-known works. So definitely I need to read those for sure. Margaret Atwood. I have not read The Handmaid's Tale. I do not have it on my bookshelf. I definitely want to give that a read. I know it's a huge favorite ever since. I also think like the TV show and all of that, it even brought more fans into it, and it is like the premise of it sounds really interesting, definitely. So I do want to give that a read. And those are my classics, shameful books and authors that I have not read. So for the fun stuff, the things that I like, YA, more fun reads, light, these are just for fun. People are going to hate me, but whatever. The ones that I have not read that are like super popular, and also there's going to be like a Netflix show coming, is The Selection by Kyra Cass. I've not read those. Let's just get that out of the way. I know, I really need to read them. I have not read any of Cassandra Clare's books. I have the first one in the Mortal Instruments. It's a City of Bones in the really pretty cover. I like the cover. I haven't read them. I think I've tried to read them many years ago, and I was just like not that into it, so I do want to give them a second try. I also know a lot of people have told me that maybe the Mortal Instruments are not that fantastic, but it does get better with the series, and it does progress into like better writing and better stories and all of that. So I think I might just like push through the Mortal Instruments and then go to the good stuff, This is also really embarrassing. I have not read, this is a huge author here on BookTube, but I have not read any of Victoria Schwab or B.E. Schwab books. I have Vicious, which I think is like a huge favorite of hers, so I definitely want to read these. I mean, it's really short, and I'm pretty sure that I'm going to like this a ton. So I don't know why I haven't picked that one up. Like, I really need to go ahead and read it. I have not read any Neil Gaiman. Why, I don't know. Again, huge author that I'm really ashamed I haven't read. I got actually Good Omens because I wanted to, like, let's just be honest, I wanted to watch the TV show because of the Doctor. Which is stupid, but I love David Tennant, okay? And I wanted to watch the show, but I was like, I cannot watch the show if I have not read the book, so I'm really excited. I also think that I'm going to absolutely love and adore these, so I don't know why I haven't read them, so yes. Other authors that I have not read, everyone's going to hate me for it. Marissa Mayer, what were those, like, the retelling, Cinder and all of those. Heartless, I have not read any of those. Huge fan favorites. I also, what I think is happening with me? I think I'm getting old for YA, and I don't want that to happen. I really don't want to not like YA anymore. Like, that would be heartbreaking for me, honestly. I think YA is really important for people, or at least it was for me. It was like a little break. When I started reading, I was like reading adult books, kind of. I was reading like Stephen King, John Grisham, you know, books that we had around the house that my big sister and my parents loved. Dan Brown was a really big one. And so, you know, later on I started reading classics because they were in the library. I couldn't afford to go buy books, and in my library it was just filled with amazing classics, so I could just borrow those. Oh, yes. I clearly not read enough of them, apparently, but you know. Ooh, this is a really big one. I have not read any books by Leigh Bardugo. Six of Crows, I know it's huge and I do really want to read it. I do really think that I'm going to enjoy it. Why haven't I read them? Who knows? I also really want to get like a copy of it for a good price. And Robin Hobb. I love fantasy and I cannot believe that I have not read Robin Hobb. I mean, what is wrong with me at this point, right? So yeah, those are my main authors I have not read. Really shameful. You can totally hate me and leave awful comments in the section down below. Please make sure to give it a thumbs up if you have not read some of these authors. I would actually really like to know, and it would probably make me feel a little bit better. If you have other shameful authors that you have not read yet, I also really want to know about that. Please subscribe to my channel for more bookish reading related content, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. I'm a novel reader. What is the word? Oh my goodness. I'm really